Hi there, this is the last part of a 5-part series to make your own journal from scratch. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, definitely go back and watch those first. It might be best to watch all the videos before you start making your journal so you will already know what to expect. So in this last part, you will have your journal cover ready and your paper signatures folded and trimmed and punched, basically everything trimmed and holes punched, ready to be put together. So the last part that you need to do is just to sew up your journal. So you will need your needle and the string to bind your journal together. I'm using a linen string, and I actually just bought this from the hardware store. It's super strong, and I have a curved needle, which is probably harder to use. You can probably just use a straight tapestry needle, which would be a lot easier. And how much string you need is just really double or twice as tall as your journal, plus some extra length for tying the knot and working with it comfortably. So what I do is I thread the string in my needle, and then I do not tie a knot, I leave it loose, and I start by sewing from the inside through all the papers of the signature and out the cover on the other side. And wherever you start is wherever the knot is going to be. So this is also preference. I like having my knots on the bottom in the inside, but if you like it somewhere else, you can obviously start elsewhere. And obviously, sometimes it's difficult to hold everything together to sew properly, so if you have binder clips or something, that might help to clip all your papers together so it doesn't move around as much. I actually didn't seem to punch my holes as nicely as I should have, so you'll see me struggle here a bit just to get through and see the holes in the leather cover because it's a dark leather and it seems to just sort of like blend in. But basically you are stringing the needle from one side to the other, going through all your papers and your cover, and you're going up your spine back and forth, and when you get to the last hole you just go back down and in and out the spine to get back to the beginning where you will tie the two ends of the strings to get your knot. This is basically a long stitch binding, or I guess it's sometimes called pamphlet stitch as well. It's super simple. It's like hand sewing, up and down the spine. It's really not that complicated. But a few tips is that obviously the better you punch your holes, the easier it will be and the more precise it will be to just sew everything up. And another point to bring up is when you go back through the same holes and there's already a string in there, make sure not to pierce through the string that is in there, like you're just using the same hole, but the string is just passing by each other, not going through. Because if you pierce through the string, then you're splitting it, and over time that will weaken the whole, binding. You might cause damage, or it might shift, like the string might break. So just make sure to watch out for that. But the good thing about this binding technique, even if you had more than one signature, if you sort of messed up or it got damaged in the future, you can actually just cut it off and start over again, get some new string and rebind everything. So that's why I like sewing in every single signature separately rather than using a really, really long and different sewing technique where they're all connected, because if something happens to one signature, then you're gonna have to redo the whole thing rather than one at a time. So here I have my sewn one signature journal, and you can see that my knot is on the inside, and that's how it looks on the outside and the inside. And let me just do a quick flip through of the pages, and you'll see that it is a very easy process to make your own journal. I hope you enjoyed this series and learned a bit about the simple process of making your own journal. If you have any questions at all, just leave them down below in the comments and I will answer them all. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. I will definitely be showing some more time-lapse videos of me making all different kinds of journals in different sizes, with different papers and different amount of signatures. So definitely watch out for that. Until next time.